What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only Ash Said It, ashsaidit.com, ashsaidit.com, and welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. Yes, we have so much stuff that's going on with Ash Said It. Your girl is going to be on Food Network this coming Monday, April the 10th, 2017. Food Network, the new show is Help My Yelp. So yes, I'm one of the featured Yelpers, and we're here to help out some local restaurants clean up their act and get better and give the best customer service possible. So be tuned in to Food Network this coming Monday, 10 p.m. Check your local listings depending on wherever you are in the world listening to my voice. So today we have a delay. We have a really great treat. I have the pleasure of speaking with Miss Perrie Tucker, Style Ambassador with India Hicks, London Harbour Island. Perrie, how are you?
Hi. Hi, Ash. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. I'm so glad to be able to talk to you guys tonight.
Absolutely. So, Perrie, first off, whenever I have anyone on my show, I have to have them to tell everybody that's listening where you're from. What city do you represent?
I represent North Atlanta, North Metro Atlanta. I'm in Forsyth County, Georgia, so I'm near the Alpharetta Cumming area.
Okay. So have you been getting some of these crazy temperatures Georgia has been experiencing this week?
Yes, I'm kind of like a little bit skeptical about the weather situation being so cold. I was in New Orleans earlier this week, and the weather was fantastic in New Orleans, and then I hopped over to Biloxi, Mississippi for a couple of days, and the weather was in the 80s. So I came back to Atlanta, and we were having some severe storms and severe rain and cold temperatures. So I was like back in shock again, going, okay, well, so much for the warm weather that I was hoping for.
Absolutely. So let's start off with, Perrie, what drew you into India Hicks?
Well, I had a friend of mine that reached out to me and invited me to come over one evening for a glass of wine. She said, I want to show you something. And so I hopped over to my neighbor's house, and she had a friend with her. They had just gotten back from Greenville, North Carolina, where they had met India Hicks. And they had India Hicks collection on the table. And it was one of the most intriguing things I had seen. And I recognized the name, but couldn't exactly place where I knew India from. But when I heard the background of India being a former Ralph Lauren model and a member of the royal family, I recognized the fact that she had been on the cover of various magazines over the years. And the friend that was with my friend Catherine, that had just taken her to meet India, had said that she found out about India Hicks London Harbour Island a few weeks beforehand. When she was getting on a plane to Chicago, she picked up more magazines just in the airport, took it on the plane with her, and she flipped through it and was reading a full article called Purpose Meets Passion, India Hicks, and it talks about India's life on Harbour Island, a little bit about her royal family heritage in England, and about the fact that she decided to launch her own brand and partner with other women throughout the United States. And from that point on, India launched India Hicks London Harbour Island in February of 2015. Brooke Shields hosted the first launch party for her. They had been good friends for years, since modeling days in the early 90s. And so Brooke Shields hosted the first launch party. And from that point on, India was launching her third book. She had written several books beforehand, but her latest book that she wrote came out of March of 2015, called Island Style. It's about her life on Harbour Island for the past 20 years, a little bit about her royal family background. And that book came out. So as she was going through major cities in the U.S., launching India Hicks London Harbour Island, she was often doing a lot of book signings and basically gathering style ambassadors. When India came up with the idea of launching her own company after having licensed her name with several companies over the past years, HSN being one of them. She would do live broadcasts from HSN in New York, where she featured her bedding and linen designs and room decor. She had also done exclusive jewelry designs with Bloomingdale's, and prior to that, she had worked with Crabtree and Evelyn for about 9 years, licensing her name on products that Crabtree and Evelyn was producing. And she said, well, I don't really want to license my name again with another business. I'd like to have my own company. So she then went to Ralph Lauren, and she said to Ralph Lauren, I want to do handbags. He's great, let's do it. When do we get started? And she said, well, I want to do my own label, but can I use your factories? And he said, absolutely. So she's using Italian leather. She's using Ralph Lauren's factories. Her products are very, very, very high quality. It's a designer brand.
Right.
And when she launched it, she kind of was pushed to the direct sales market. And someone had said to her, you're going to do so great in this business. And she really didn't understand direct sales, being from England, living on an island in the Bahamas. She wasn't familiar with the party shows and the being in home around the kitchen counter, and she wasn't very familiar with that. But she did say that in England, someone had invited her to a jewelry show in their home, and she said her and her mother, who's Lady Pamela Hicks, Lady and Lady to the Queen, they both went, had a great time. And so she kind of had a little bit of idea about it, but she wasn't quite sure about it. But she said, I have a story behind each of my products. And each of my designs in my collection has a story behind it. And she says, being able to let people tell their story and engage with other people and rekindle friendships and have more of a social atmosphere instead of just sitting cold on a department store shelf. She said she felt like that was the better way to do her products. So instead of going into Bloomingdale's or Nordstrom or whatever and having her handbags or whatever sit on the shelf there, they're actually being told in stories, and people are gathering around the kitchen table again and reconnecting with old friends and being able to have that opportunity to have that get together and that shared experience. And India does have quite the stories to tell. She's very much of an explorer, adventurer type, and it's never a dull moment when you're around India. She's very, very down to earth, and obviously very, very British royal family. But she's very, very down to earth, and she's a lot of fun. She throws the best parties. And one thing about being a style ambassador with India Hicks, you have the opportunity to enjoy going to the great get-together once a year, where you get to see the collection, the fall collection, for the very first time with other style ambassadors. You get to interact with India in a party setting. And a lot of ambassadors are like, this is my job, this is work. I'm at the O in Miami, or I'm at the 21C Museum Hotel in Durham, and I'm having a great time with India Hicks. So she makes it fun for the ambassadors to have a good time and interact with her. And she always remembers your name. I always found that fascinating. That, of course, I was one of the first people to sign up with the company when she launched it, because once I saw it, I said, I love this. I have a fashion merchandising background, and I majored in fashion merchandising from the University of Alabama. So I had been in retail management for over 10 years before I had children. And so I had always kind of in the back of my mind thought, well, I'm going to open my own retail store eventually. But this gave me the opportunity to not have that brick and mortar. Basically, I didn't need the capital. I could sign up with India Hicks and not have to worry about inventory. I can buy what I wanted to use every day as my personal handbag, scarf, jewelry, perfume, whatever, and also use it as a trunk show item in a display, and not have to worry about having the expense of actually opening a boutique store. It's kind of like a traveling boutique, where you get to pick and choose what you want to buy and get it at a discount, or get it for free because you're allowed merchandise credits from sales and things like that. So there's a lot of opportunity to get free merchandise, and she makes it fun. She gives you a lot of opportunity and incentive with sales and or recruiting to have the opportunity. For example, something's coming up in September for her birthday, and there's a big birthday bash in New York, and certain ambassadors will have the opportunity to earn points to go to this private birthday bash with India in New York. And there's going to be a movie featured that she's going to show exclusively to the ambassadors that get to go to New York for her birthday bash. And that is about her royal family heritage. There's a movie about the Mountain family, and Queen Elizabeth of England today is married to Prince. He's a Mountbatten originally. So Prince Philip is from the Mountbatten family, and her grandfather was Earl Mountbatten of Burma, who was the last viceroy of India. That's how she got her name. She was the last grandchild.
Oh, wow.
And, of course, her mother is lady-in-waiting to the Queen because she's the cousin or the niece of Prince Philip. And so she was lady-in-waiting to the Queen. So India's second cousin is Prince Charles. So when Lady Diana and Prince Charles married, India was in the wedding as a flower girl when she was 13.
Wow, that's awesome history. And an amazing story.
So there's a lot of interesting history about India, and so her story is very interesting. And like I said, when she designs her handbags, she usually puts a story behind it. For example, there's an Italian leather clutch called the Carmen clutch. It comes in 5 colors. Super buttery soft. It comes with a tassel. It's absolutely gorgeous. And on the inside, it has her signature beetle, good luck beetle on the inside. But she named it Carmen because her grandmother did not have time to get back to England to have her mother. So her mother was born in Spain. And so her grandmother gave her mother the middle name Carmen, which is the name of a aristocrat in Spain who happened to run off with a matador. So the name Carmen, and then she named the Carmen clutch after that. She has a handbag that's named after her sister and a friend. She has the Fussy Sarah, which is another leather handbag. It comes in a color block, and it comes in a solid black with a suede front, and that is called the Fussy Sarah. The reason being is one of her friends named Sarah doesn't like a lot of hardware on the bag. She just likes a soft leather. So she named it the Fussy Sarah. She's got a lot of things that kind of represent her island life in the Bahamas. And a little bit about England. She has a lot of tokens that have a lot of really neat sayings on them. And so they're imprinted with sayings like, count your lucky stars, and you flip it over and cut stars, or Lapita Avella. And then she's got one that says fearless on one side, and you flip it over, and it's got the Hindu symbol for fearless. She's got one that says it's what's inside that counts. You flip it over, and it's got the little Russian doll on the other side. She's got one that says nobody puts baby in the corner. She's got one that says the world is our oyster, and then it's got a little keyhole in it. She's got the token of the year, which is a great graduation gift. So all of them are basically the same size and weight as a British pound, which are actually fairly weighty, not too heavy, but definitely significant. And they're like a charm token necklace that you can wear. She has lots of bag accessories where you can accessorize your handbags with capsule tokens and things like that. And the custom in England was to imprint a coin and give it to a friend. And her mother had a necklace of these coins. And so when she would tuck her in the nursery at night, she would hear her mother coming down the hall, and her necklace would jingle. And so she created these tokens called independents, with all these different fun sayings on them, which make great gifts. And they come in gold and silver, and so they're the same size and weight as the British pound. So a lot of her products are very thought, they're very, she had put a lot of thought into them.
Wow. Bless you.
And it's also a lot of her, and and a lot of her bags are very organized. You can tell, and she a lot of times India will say, well, I'm a Virgo, so I'm very organized in the way I lay things out, and I'm very particular about that. And she's very organized with her handbags, so she's created totes and handbags and things that are very useful. There's one called the Madison May, which is named for her niece, and she said, my niece changes her mind, her attitude, and her opinion every couple of minutes, and her clothes every couple of minutes. But she created a handbag that's a crossbody leather bag where you can take the inside of it out. It's like a little clutch that fits down inside, but it allows you a pop of color on the top. So the insider peeks out of the top of the crossbody and shows the color, and you can actually take that insider out and use it as a clutch separately from the crossbody. And on the inside, it's made like a wallet. You have places for your credit cards, and you have zippers and things like that. And it comes in 6 colors. So you can basically swap colors in and out and change it up. And you have a different bag every time you want to go out. You're matching with your favorite football team, or you've got a little bit of glitz and glamour with the gold shimmer for an evening out. Things like that. So she's put a lot of thought into her handbags, and the hardware is custom. She has custom H's on her hardware, and on the sides of the Madison May, there's custom H's, custom H hardware on that. So very, very nice.
Definitely. So what would be one of your favorite pieces right now?
Well, I would say that I use Madison May crossbody with the insider almost daily. The other thing that I really love is her wallet. She has a wallet called the Takeout Wallet. It comes in 3 colors. You can fit an iPhone 6 inside the middle and snap it closed and take it to go as a clutch, or you can fit it down into my handbag as, a wallet. It's got a compartment, one zipper on one side of the wallet is for your credit card. Then there's the middle that pops open, and then you can put your phone and your keys down in there and close it. And the other zipper is for folded bills. So very organized. It's all Italian leather. It comes in 3 colors, and it's got the signature India Hicks, London Harbour Island across the front. And it's probably about 6 inches long and about 3.5 inches wide. And that's a daily thing. I'm very picky about a wallet, and I like it to be very organized, and I really like that one. The other thing that I like right now a lot is the Palm Fronds Riviera collection. The Palm Fronds are so popular right now in prints, wallpaper, bags, scarves, and she's got the Palm Frond scarf, which can be worn as a sarong. Usher's wife actually owns one, and there was an Instagram picture of Usher's wife wearing the Palm Frond scarf at the beach one day. And so, and there's another, I want to say, and I hate that I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but she's a singer, and she is on The Voice. Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys has a scarf. She was singing and performing at the Democratic National Convention wearing an India Hicks scarf on her head. And people were just raving about it the next day because they're like, did you see the India? Of course, it was mostly style ambassadors from India Hicks who knew what it was. Who knew? Oh, that's the India Hicks. That's the India Hicks Imperial scarf. And Alicia Keys is wearing it. So the Palm Fronds is one of my favorites because that particular scarf can be worn as a toga dress over a swimsuit, a sarong over a swimsuit, or just, of course, as a regular scarf. And the collection comes with a tote bag. In the Palms comes with 2 makeup bags, 1 large makeup bag and 1 smaller makeup bag in the Palm Fronds print, and also a tote duffel. So you can have your entire luggage collection, the duffel, the tote bag, and the 2 makeup bags in the Palm Fronds and the scarf. So, and there's a Riviera basket that also has you can change out the fabric, or you can choose your own fabric. There's 3 fabric patterns, one being the Palm Fronds. And that particular bag, the Riviera basket, is hand woven.
Wow. So for any of the listeners that are tuned in to us, what is the opportunity for them to start their own business?
Right. So there are 3 different levels to join and partner with India Hicks. One of them being the $99 level, where you would sign up as an India Hicks rep at $99. You then have the opportunity to buy 3 items of your choice at half price if you'd like to. Then there's another level that's $750, which allows you about $850 in product. And then there's another level that is, that one, I'm sorry, the $750 level is I believe, the highest level, and that one allows you about $1,000 in product. And then there's a $400 level, which allows you about $800 in product. And then the $99 level, which allows you your choice of 3 items at 50% off. When you sign up, you join basically a tribe. So you have your ambassador who you've connected with, and that ambassador, you're in that tribe with them, and it's called a tribe because India lives on an island in the Bahamas called Harbour Island, and so everybody's in a tribe, and then within that tribe you have a director, and then you have a senior director and a national director, and then the person who you've connected with, your ambassador that you signed up with, is your go-to person to help you with the business, help you promote your business. So for the ones who sign up at $99 and don't have the inventory, then the inventory is borrowed. If you are doing a live truck show, the inventory is borrowed from another ambassador to be set up for that live truck show. Of course, a lot of truck shows are online. You can do truck shows through Facebook events and create a live link that can be emailed to people to be able to shop. I have that currently on my Instagram, and my Instagram is always, the word always, ALWAYS.in, letter N, .style, always.in.style, and that live link that's currently in my bio is going to be representing Lighthouse Family Retreat, which is a childhood cancer nonprofit, and they support families who have children with childhood cancer, and they provide them with a vacation in Florida for a week where volunteers come in and help those families. They do vacation Bible schools, and they do talent shows with the kids and interact with the children and allow the parents date nights and meeting times and things like that. And that Lighthouse Family Ministries nonprofit, I have chosen them specifically as my nonprofit where my sales are being donated to right now. I started that last Friday on March 31st, and then it usually goes a week. So today, April 7th, it will end at midnight Eastern Standard Time. But the sales proceeds currently will go to that nonprofit, and that is called the Give Together, Get Together. And India Hicks corporate offices have created this Give Together, Get Together opportunity so that anyone with a favorite nonprofit, because there's so many great nonprofits out there, you may have a favorite one, but any 501c3 can be, we can put together a link for sales proceeds to go to your favorite nonprofit, whatever that nonprofit may be. And that's through the Give Together, Get Together opportunity. And India Hicks corporate offices started the Give Together, Get Together opportunity to support nonprofits almost a year ago, not quite a year. And since then, India Hicks corporate offices have donated over $100,000 to various nonprofits in the United States through the Give Together, Get Together. And like I said, style ambassadors create their get-together. So whether it be for a nonprofit or just a host that says, "Oh my gosh, I love that handbag, but I don't want to pay full price. How can I get it?" And you say, "Well, just host an event. Have some friends come over for a glass of wine, and your friends, fall in love with the products. You benefit from it, so you get your items at half price, or you get cash credits, and you can get your items for free as a host." Cool. And then the same thing with the nonprofit. Your nonprofit, if you choose the nonprofit to get the proceeds, instead of the hostess getting them, the nonprofit gets them. So India Hicks gives a certain percentage, and then the style ambassador has the opportunity to give their commission too. So you can give anywhere from 10% to the nonprofit up to 30% of sales proceeds to that nonprofit through the Give to Get Together.
Definitely. No, that's a great initiative, because I like to hear when companies are actually being able to give back and to give back in such a huge way that really makes a difference in the community. So that's great.
And the Give Together Get Together allows the host to choose the nonprofit they want to support. So you have that opportunity to choose the one that you want to support, and that gives you a ton of flexibility to be able to support whatever nonprofit you want to. And your event can be, a huge event for the nonprofit, and you can invite several hundred people, or it can be just a small event with friends and neighbors. So it can be as large or as small as you want it to be. And live trunk show events can take place anywhere. I've had trunk show events take place in private rooms in restaurants. I've had them, obviously, in homes, around the kitchen counter in the dining room, and I've had them at women's luncheons. So I've had different channels of doing a trunk show. So there's various ways, and of course I've done online, which the one I just created for Lighthouse Family Retreat, and the website for Lighthouse Family Retreat is just lighthousefamilyretreat.org. That's the childhood cancer nonprofit that the links that I've created on my Instagram account, that's where those sales proceeds go to. So that's kind of a live online link. I also took that link and sent it out in an email to some of my customers and said, just by the way, I want you to know that currently, if you need to reorder your favorite perfume or want to buy Easter gifts, graduation gifts, Mother's Day gifts right now, the proceeds from those gifts that you buy or something for yourself will go directly to Lighthouse Family Retreat between now and April the 7th. And so I made sure that people got the email with the live link. I've posted several times on my Instagram with the live link, and of course tweeted it out too. So my Twitter is at Perrie with a P, Perrie, letter T, and then my Instagram is always .in.style.
Definitely. So
and
go ahead. I'm sorry.
And also in the bio, there's also a way to contact me through email too. On my Instagram, so people can contact me directly through email as well.
Definitely.
If they have any questions about partnering with India Hicks and wanting to be a style ambassador, or if they have specific questions about putting together a get together that will support a nonprofit, or if they just have a question about a particular product or ordering. Currently, we ship anywhere in the United States. Usually in about 5 to 7 business days. The warehouse is located in Houston. Everything is gorgeously packaged, custom tissue paper and custom boxes with the logo India Hicks signature boxes. All of her leather goods come with their own dust bag, and some of her jewelry will come with its own dust bag as well. So very, very well made. The prices range from $16, and the highest priced item is $460. So huge price range from $16 to $460. Lots of things in between. There's over 100 products that are under $100.
Wow. That is awesome. And India seems pretty, from what you're telling us, and then, from checking out the website and everything, she seems pretty down to earth. Does she have anything coming up as far as, does she do speeches? Is it strictly just business with her? What's she up to?
She will be in Atlanta, Georgia, speaking at SCAD, and that's SCAD, SCAD Atlanta, on Thursday, April the 20th at 10 a.m. And if people want to contact me, like I said, through my Instagram or perrietuck@mac.com, they can contact me, and I can send them a link to get tickets for that event. But she will be at SCAD Atlanta on April the 20th at 10 a.m. doing a lecture. Once that lecture is completed, she will move to the Piedmont Driving Club, and she will have a book signing and a pop-up truck show will be there. But yes, India is requested to speak all over the United States and all over the world. She speaks at the Victoria and Albert Museum in London quite a bit, and she speaks at various women's functions and events, and she's been asked to speak at ADAC in Atlanta, which is one of the big interior design studios in Atlanta,
Yes.
and they do and she's also come to Atlanta not only for ADAC, but also a bloggers convention, where she has spoken in Atlanta at a bloggers convention to interior designers and fashion bloggers. And this particular SCAD event, I'm looking forward to going to that and seeing her again. I've met India several times, and she's very, very, like I said, she's very, very personal. And she does do speaking engagements quite often, and, of course, book signings. And she is working on her fourth book, and her fourth book will be more about her life in England, growing up in England and growing up in the royal family. And so it'll be a little bit more about her history and her family history. Whereas her third book, Island Style, that's out now, is a little bit more about the life on Harbour Island. It's a gorgeous coffee table book. Absolutely. The pictures are stunning. It's got a little bit about her family heritage and the royal family. In the beginning of the book, and the foreword is written by Prince Charles. Her very first book, I believe, was called Island Life, and the foreword was written by Ralph Lauren. And then she wrote another book called Island Beauty, and then the third is Island Style, and then the fourth book, I don't know the title of it yet, but it will be more about her life in England and her royal family history. And she's currently working on that one now. So I would anticipate it being out a year from now.
Okay, that sounds like that's enough time for everyone to get caught up on the other books and to definitely get caught up on merchandising and new additions to the site. Now, Perrie, what is the best way for people to get in contact with you?
They can contact me several ways. Like I said, my email address is Perrie with a P. And it's like Perrie Mason, Perrie Ellis, Perrie Como, Perrie with a P, Errie. And my last name is Tucker, but for my email, I just put Perrie, Perrie, Tuck, Tuck, at mac.com. So Perrie Tuck at mac.com. You can email me directly, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. And also my Instagram, always .in.style, so always ALWAYS .n.style, and that is my Instagram. And then my website or online store is www.indiahicks.com/rep/Perrie Perrie.
Awesome sauce. Well, thank you so much, Perrie. You gave us a lot of great information for anyone out there that is looking to start their own business, and you're the stylista of your friends, and you're the go-to girl. You definitely want to check out Perrie's site. So definitely go to the site. Perrie, any words of encouragement for anyone new that's looking to possibly join your tribe?
Well, I can tell you this. All of the women that join India Hicks are the most enthusiastic, supportive women that I have met. Everybody is supportive of one another. And I think it starts because of India. And because of her and who she is, and the focus has always been on, we're going to support you. We want to make sure that you have the tools and the information needed, and we want to be, supportive of you. That whole feeling has trickled down, so that everybody that signs up feels very supportive in the business. And we give you all the tools that you need for, from online training, which is available to you, to live training with directors that come around every so many months, and you actually go physically to training, to being able to work directly one-on-one with the style ambassador that you connected with originally. And having that person as your go-to all the time, and being able to feed on each other as far as ideas and creativity and things like that, and who's doing what. And And India definitely listens to her style ambassadors. There's a certain website that we're Facebook page just for India Hicks style ambassadors, and a lot of times we'll make comments on there or maybe even ideas, and they listen. They absolutely read that and they listen. And a lot of products had come out of that. Where in style ambassadors, I wish such and such was in such and such color, or I wish we had a different wallet or a different necklace or something, or can we create a necklace that looks like this, or another fragrance, and absolutely they came out with it, and and we had the opportunity. Our very, very first get-together at the 21C Museum Hotel in Durham, North Carolina, when we had our very first get-together with India, she let us choose the third perfume fragrance. So we got to sample and smell a couple of fragrances, and then the one that was the most popular was chosen as the third fragrance, which is now black hibiscus. So she's got 3 fragrances: English rose, wild spider lily, and black hibiscus, and they all come in a large and also a travel rollable size. And so having the opportunity to have a voice in the company, I think, is very important. Yeah. And I think it's very important to know that you're supported and that encouraged in the business. And it's really about you and what you make it, because you're going to spend however much time you think you're able to spend on it. There's not a requirement of you have to do this. So, there's certainly, some ideas that they give you and say, we would like for you to do this, but it's not something that you have to do this amount, you have to do that. But certain things are helpful, and they do promote certain opportunities for you to earn free merchandise. If you do this level or this amount of sales or recruit this, you have the opportunity, like I said, with the birthday bash, India's birthday bash in New York, which will be a special event. Certain style ambassadors will be able to go due to their personal sales and personal recruiting. And she just had about 60 ambassadors at her home in Harbour Island. Now, they didn't all stay in her home on Harbour Island. They stayed in rental houses on Harbour Island. But she had them all in her home for dinner. Aww. And for meetings and things like that. Yeah. And she brought them all into her home. And they earned that. They earned it because of their personal sales and their drive and their commitment. So it's up to you, obviously, personally, how you go about doing it. But very encouraging, and she's a very encouraging person. She does have a design office in New York City, and she has a corporate office located on Melrose Place in Los Angeles. And then the warehouse shipment area is in Houston, and then So if you're interested in seeing India and you live anywhere near the Atlanta area and are available on Thursday, April the 20th, she will be at SCAD again. You can contact me for tickets to that and be able to meet and greet India. She'll be doing, like I said, the book signing at Piedmont Driving Club after the SCAD lecture. And again, my Instagram is always in style. And my name is Perrie with a P, Perrie Tucker. And my email is listed in my Instagram bio. And my online store is www.indiahicks.com/rep/Perrie, Perrie. So those are the various ways that you can get in touch with me directly if you have any questions at all about doing a get together for a nonprofit, or if you're interested in a trunk show personally, or if you're interested in the opportunity to partner with India Hicks and have questions about that, I'd love to chat with you further.
Well, I definitely want to say thank you, Perrie Tucker, so much for joining us this afternoon. Well, I should say this night, really, here in the A-Town. Just valuable information and just little known stuff. I've heard the name before, India Hicks, but I had no idea there was so much history attached to her, and that she's done some prolific things, not just for herself, but pretty much anyone that is up under her. So I applaud that.
Yeah, She's awesome, and she's very much interested in being extraordinary. That's one of her taglines, is be extraordinary.
Yeah.
And anything that you can do to be extraordinary, she's very much into that. And I want to thank you, Ash, for having me and being able to share some information about India and her life and her new collection, India Hicks, Harbour Island, and how she's able to do a fashion business and industry for women to be able to have their own business on their own terms in their own way. And I want to say thank you again for having me, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I just want to thank everyone that's tuned in, everyone that's downloaded the show. I know right now we are #1 in the Ukraine. That is awesome. I appreciate you guys out there. And of course, this is an Ash Said It weekend, okay? This is Ash BTV weekend. That's right. Every Friday and Saturday here in the Atlanta market, we have Ash BTV on Charter Channel 183. 7 p.m. Saturday, Sunday. But, of course, if you're not in the Atlanta market and you're all the way halfway across the world and you want to tune into Ashby TV, you will be able to. Tonight at midnight, I'm going to put up episode number 5. We're up to episode 5, you guys. It's crazy ridiculous. I've never hosted a show before, much less directed, editing, producing, all that great stuff. It's a great show, empowerment. We feature Erica Diaz. She is a prolific visionary here in the Atlanta market, and she is one of the creators of the B Firm PR. So she was really awesome that came through, and we talked a little stuff about her. And we also jumped into Greenleaf. Of course, I was at that Greenleaf screening last month for the OWN network, and we got some insight. We got some behind-the-scenes stuff, but you're going to have to tune into Ashby TV for that. So check it out tonight, ashsaidit.com. I love you guys so very much. Anyone to tell you that you cannot do what you want to do, you look them square in the face and tell them, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. Because that's what we're doing this for. We're doing this for the history books. Social media is nice, it's cool, it's fun, it's productive, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys, I love ya.